Community, welcome to the baccalaureate service for the graduating class of 2023. I ask that we all collect our understandings of the divine and the universe into one common thought, and that we offer collective thanks to God for the blessing of these young people and their resilience through the ordeals of the recent years, and that this moment shine as a blessing to all of us in the celebration of their efforts. Amen.
Please be seated. Welcome to the baccalaureate service for the class of 2023. The baccalaureate service derives from the medieval European custom of presenting the candidates for degrees of bachelor, Bacca, with laurels, lauri, of sermonic oration. The baccalaureate ceremony is no longer a service of worship, but remains one of celebration of and thanksgiving for lives dedicated to learning and to wisdom. The baccalaureate service is believed to have originated at the University of Oxford in 1432, when each bachelor's degree candidate was required to deliver a sermon in Latin as part of his or her academic requirements. Since the earliest universities in America were founded primarily on a British model, the practice of the baccalaureate service was continued. The requirement for the sermon in Latin happily did not come down to us from Oxford, but some visible regalia from those times remains. The faculty wear academic robes with hoods denoting degrees and the institution from which they were received. The different colors of the borders of the hood reflect the major field in which one has earned a degree: white for art, literature and humanities, copper for economics, pink for music, yellow for science, and so forth. The silk lining of the robes shows the institution's colors. Bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees are indicated by different lengths of hoods and different designs of robes. Above all, the solemnity of your accomplishments remains. You are soon to be graduates of this school, and that accomplishment commands attention in this smaller audience tonight, in addition to your commencement tomorrow. This evening, we will enjoy a performance from the Troublemakers, celebrate some of the accomplishments of this class, and hear from your senior speaker, Bridget Doherty, and from our faculty speaker, Mr. James Harris, at this penultimate gathering of the class of 2023.
Good evening, everyone. A petty cheerleader and friend since day one, tonight's senior speaker is someone who has made our lives richer every day.
She can be found on the water with her crew team, on stage with the thespians, running the shot clock at our basketball games, and cheering on any other event that she can attend. As a certified lifeguard and EMT, she is the true definition of a lifesaver.
It's our honor to introduce our senior speaker for the class of 2023 on this beautiful final night together, Bridget Doherty.
Hello, class of 2023. 4 years ago, we were all greeted on this campus by the enthusiastic leaders of the class of 2021 and 2020. Our POCO was like no other, with bounce houses, food trucks, and that one game of rock, paper, scissors that Elio Ruiz still talks about winning to this day. Our grade made ourselves known from the start, mainly because you could hear us coming from a mile away from that one group with the speaker during POCO. Class has started, and we are all very nervous, yet excited about this new experience. In our first community meeting, We look down towards the seniors in awe, and now it is almost as astounding to realize that we are those seniors. We are an all-around very athletic class. After all, Niall Coleman won the Rock freshman year as the third soccer goalie. If you are not already a soccer player, you signed up to play field hockey or attempted to learn soccer. By Blair Day, all of us were excelling in one way or another at our chosen activity. We started off Blair Day watching JV football beat Blair with the help of Brandon Knox and Matt Yang, now starters for our varsity team. At the pep rally, Michael Lee gave one of his best varsity performances on the handpan. We concluded Blair Day by watching our petty football team absolutely demolish Blair, as our student section was led by Johnny Sussick, and we all cheered, "He's a freshman," even though the player who made the play was probably a 19-year-old Division I commit. That year, we tied Blair and went into the winter term with smiles on our faces. Winter term was a time of joy and seasonal depression. As campus got colder, we would all trudge down to the athletic center to watch Brad Durfner start his statistician career managing the Thirds basketball team. We saw Juliet Jimenez star in her first petty production of 1776. Our grade also won Petty Fun Day, but we still have not gotten our pizza party. Development office, you have about 17 hours left to come through. Then spring break came, and we all received one of Mr. Quinn's long emails delaying our arrival back to Petty. Lucky for us, our school was able to immediately switch to online classes, so we did not miss out on any learning like other schools. We did not miss a single day of school, and that is a remarkable achievement made only possible by an incredibly committed group of adults. Thank you for that, and thank you for all you continue to do to make our years at Petty great. We received another email soon after saying we would be doing remote learning for the rest of the school year. This was the first drastic change our school endured over our time at Petty. We are the first grade to ever complete our freshman year at the Petty School remotely. We are the first freshman class to compete in an online Heads Day, and I'm almost positive we are the first freshman class to get someone kicked out from school from something they did in an online class. That spring, we learned how to navigate Zoom, but more importantly, we learned how much we meant to each other as we were forced to pull away. Happily, we also learned that we could keep the Petty spirit alive and keep our community close, even from all around the world. Sophomore year was a year of highs and lows for a lot of us. Some of us never even stepped foot on the Petty campus, and others never left because boarders were literally not allowed to walk off school property. We were hybrid, being in person one week and online the next. Some of us never even went to class, even when it was in person, because leaving our beds was so hard. Winter term was one of development for many people. Spring came around, and things started to feel more normal, as we all sat on blankets and watched A Midsummer Night's Dream. Also that spring, the divine, celestial, eternal, masculine, feminine, beautiful workout gave birth to a gym bros culture. Coach Volkmeyer had officially taken over lunch period. Then Dan Breland performed that concert that I completely missed because of Maples for rowing, and Green won another Heads Day because they were all rigged. Congratulations on another win, guys. Normalcy started to return to us our junior year, as we all came back to full in-person classes. Our grade tackled our first full year on the Petty campus while taking AP classes. We had a fall term full of excitement as our Petty boys varsity soccer won the Maple Championship. Winter term, we all watched countless numbers of wrestling matches, basketball games, track, and swim meets. We saw an incredible production of Into the Woods. Our spring was filled with fun as we conquered another Heads Day and threatened breaking a $4.3 trillion chandelier at prom. It concluded with saying goodbye to the class of 2022, while most of us wondered what it would be like in the fall being the oldest on campus. Senior year has been an experience like no other. Seniors First has been a Petty tradition we have all been counting down our days to, and the year finally came. Starting the year off strong with the formation of Petty Once. I never thought I'd live in fear that Jack Pametti would hit me with a football, but here we are. We had our last Blair Day as a class, and we finally sunk the ship. Proving the point that the class of 2022 was the curse. Our Maribonians caroled at every dorm that winter. Robotics achieved intergalactic superiority, and our swimmers' haircuts reminded us of our humility. Petty Boys Track won the Maple Championship, led by Malcolm and Aiden. We saw an incredible Broadway-themed music concert in the New Ding Music Hall. Then spring term came and went. We played volleyball out in the quad and cherished what was left of our time here. We've all come together for our last convocation, our last Vespers, our last family style, and so many more last events as Petty students. All of these moments have led us to tonight, our final night as current Petty students. For most of us, the last night we will ever sleep in a Petty dormitory. Tomorrow we will wake up and get ready to graduate. We will walk across that stage and be handed one of the most expensive pieces of paper each of us will ever receive. A certificate that states you survived 6 days a week of classes for 4 years. And then it is over. Your experience as a Petty student comes to a close, and the calls from the alumni department during Petty Fun Week begin. While this is one of the major changes in our lives, we are all very familiar with change. Our Petty experience has been filled with change as we've watched too many of our peers leave our grade and teachers come and go. We've altered the mediums by which we learn, and we observed countless glow-ups. The one thing that has been consistent with us from the day we all received our acceptances to tonight, our last night at Petty, is the Petty spirit. The spirit that has fueled us to work hard in and out of the classroom. The same spirit that is present while we chant the Alla Viva or when we gather together in chapel. We know better than any other grade how impactful this spirit is because it kept our community close, even when we were forced to be physically distant. So, as we all prepare for tomorrow, let me be the first to tell you all congratulations. Congratulations for coming together during these years to become a family. This experience of being a Petty student is one I'm incredibly grateful for because I got to meet each and every one of you. We all come from completely different places and have lived completely different lives, and we've been able to create a bond that will last the rest of our lives. Everyone here is going to accomplish and has already accomplished amazing things. And I want to thank each and every one of you for making this Petty experience one I will never forget. I hope all of our paths cross again someday, and I wish you all the best in wherever life takes you next. Congratulations again, class of 2023. We did it. Thank you, and Alla Viva.
A dedicated member of the Petty community, Mr. James Harris has been both a school counselor at Petty and for more of his years, a teacher of psychology. Arriving just ahead of the 21st century, he has been deeply engaged and committed to all of the various parts of the faculty role at Petty. He and his family have lived in a dorm. He has coached, usually 2 seasons a year, football and lacrosse, for most of those years. He's been a counselor by title and habit, a teacher by habit and by title, and a coach by personality. His presence in all of these places has been characterized by dedication, certainty, and direction, but also by a habit of asking open, discursive questions to find personal, determinate answers for his students. Whether probing the reasonings of the psyche in class or probing the limits of endurance on the field or on a bike trip, he has wanted to help you find the path to your own best decisions and best methods of following through on your commitment to you, within the context of your commitment to the highest quality of citizenship. He has also wanted to help you find moments of pure joy and fun amidst the demands which life places on you. A relentless raiser of his own hand, he has been a champion of transformative experiences, a willing listener, and a giver of sage advice. But often his hand goes up with the most joy for the SNAs, the Heads Holidays activities, and the Heads Day contests. His sometimes brusque demeanor belies a deeply generous and patient heart, revealed directly through his relentless habit of using puns to diffuse a tense moment at just the right time, maybe. In truth, it's been my observation of Mr. Harris that he is as much a student of life as a teacher of students. Mr. Harris, we welcome you tonight to address the class of 2023.
Just kidding. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My journey to this spot at this time started my freshman year in high school. No Arnold, not a one-room schoolhouse with stone tools. Thanks, Arnold. I ran for some class office. I lost, and I was so nervous that I don't know if anyone could understand what I was saying. I'm nervous now, actually. I was determined after that speech to not be so nervous again. I didn't have a specific plan, but I knew I didn't want to embarrass myself again. In retrospect, part of the plan, my goal, was to be more thoughtful about the things that happened to me and around me. As a teacher and coach, I began to use the ideas I learned to help give some perspective. Most of what I'm going to talk about today, you have heard before, maybe all of it. You have heard them here in this space, with this community, with this family that you seniors have been connected to for your time here. This is a talk that Onion and I have spoken about a few times, but he didn't want me to do it too early because he knew that I was passionate. It's code for I cry easily. In fact, my first cry related to my moving on was when I was able to give our family piano to Mr. Park and his family. I'm gonna cry now. He described his own relationship with music, and it reminded me of my family's relationship with music. It's complicated. I started here in 1998, but began as a coach and advisor in Princeton High in 1985. I should have said 1995. In the arc of my career, my adventure, I've been a counselor for 2 iterations, a coach of lacrosse in New Jersey, Texas, and New Zealand, football in New Jersey and Texas, soccer in those same places, and track in New Jersey. I've taught history, 7th grade math, been a debate advisor, and taught community life and psychology here, among many other things in many places. So I've been around a lot of students of all ages and probably around 3,500 Petty seniors in 25 years. So these thoughts for reflection that I will share have been inspired by you, and other students I have been fortunate to interact with. I reflect often and know that it is an important part of how I manage things around me. There are things we think or feel or believe or know that help us make sense of the world, even if it feels that parts of our world are nonsensical, confusing, scary, or something else. Side note, we hear so much about the bad things that are happening in the world, and those things are true. But there is so much more wonderful and beautiful happening. Let's pay attention to that. Psychologically, we're drawn to those things that scare us because we need to prepare ourselves for things that could harm us. It's a negativity bias of sorts. AP Psych, you got that? Yes. Awesome. What is the one thing I talked about? No, I won't go there. With reflection, which I've done since that speech gone sideways, I've come up with a bunch of thoughts that have helped me manage my life. Growing up in an alcoholic family, my father, there were periods of anger, sadness, confusion, and other feelings, good and bad actually, that prompted me to think about my place in my world. This list is not exhaustive, I would suspect, nor are they particularly profound for many of you. But as they say in Alcoholics Anonymous, take what you want and leave the rest. I won't go into detail on every axiom here, but I'm happy to hear from any of you at any time if one in particular resonates for you. Every once in a while, I will throw in a pet peeve so that idea may not fit the pattern. So the list in no particular order. I've got 65 of them, but I'm not sure I'm going to do them all. I should have said 100 and then just done 65. Anyway, excuse me. Sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do. I know, not much fun. The converse is also true. Sometimes you will be asked to not do something you want to do. Think how you felt, seniors, when you were asked to not play the traditional Assassin's game. Many of you could not have been more upset. Yet, you adjusted, got creative, and Alexei stressed for 45 minutes in class about whether he's going to get killed or not. He didn't like that. It's not about you, but sometimes it is. You or none of us are the center of the universe. Do what you love. Sing, dance, crunch numbers, write, read, throw, or kick a ball. Don't cheer someone else's mishaps. Clapping when someone drops a plate in the dining hall is not only a 7th grade move, it's hurtful at any age. You matter. You matter. If you make a mess, clean it up. This is literally important, but metaphorically too. You might need a mop, a rag, or some humility. A sincere apology can help to clean up a mess. Breathe. Let's take a minute or so to do that. I use the 4-7-8 method, similar to something Onion talked about in chapel. I will ask you to breathe in through your nose while counting to 4, hold your breath for 7 counts, then exhale through your mouth for the count of 8. Don't start yet. We'll do that a couple of times. There is research that shows that this method can help you fall asleep too, but please don't fall asleep. Not right now anyway. All right, ready? Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, 7. Breathe out for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then sneeze. I did it once. Did it feel like you got something from that? Let's do it one more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. I feel a lot better, thank you. So laugh, and laugh a lot. Ready? Laugh with me. Ready? Feels good. The authors, Jennifer Berger and Carolyn Coughlin, write about the critical nature of laughter in their book, Unleash Your Complexity Genius, Your Inner Capacity to Lead. In this book, they write that laughter opens us up to new ideas, makes you more resilient to solve problems, and helps a community to bond. So you need to laugh often. Get to know other people. How many of you know more than one name of one person in PFS, the grounds crew, or security? At a minimum, say hello. These are the men and women who work incredibly hard to make life a little easier or more comfortable for you. Good relationships can be really friggin' hard. That makes it worth it. In fact, anything worth doing can be really hard. Dr. Peretz, you'll like this one. Recycle. Keep trying. Don't give up. My youngest daughter, who graduated from American University, Malcolm, a couple of weeks ago, felt frustrated a lot here. She ran for class office every year, didn't win. She ran for school president, didn't win. She didn't get into her first 2 college choices. Although she didn't have the stick skills to make a D1 lacrosse program, she did try out. She didn't make the team. Also auditioned for the premier women's a cappella group at American and didn't get selected. Yet, she persisted. She loves lacrosse, so she gathered a few women on the nascent club team, did the work to get them into a league, recruited more players, and helped the team become a team, and ended up being ranked 17th in the country. In addition, she was also one of the lead singers in a co-ed a cappella group. Her twin brother was teased and bullied in middle school and found solace in football and lacrosse. He played football on teams here that were loaded with D1 players. In fact, 3 of them had been drafted to the NFL. He's now one of them. So was only able to find a place as a long snapper, and he was pretty good at it. He was desperate to play split end and catch balls, as he was fast and had good hands. It rarely happened, but he played because he loved it. He played lacrosse and started as a long stick midfielder on a decent lacrosse program at Haverford, but was concussed his freshman year. COVID happened his freshman and sophomore year, and he was getting no playing time his junior year, so he approached the coach about changing to a short stick defensive midfielder. At the end of his first week in that position, he played a game and had 2 caused turnovers and immediately became part of the team. He persisted. My oldest daughter has struggled with anxiety, disorganization, and of finding a sense of self. She's an incredibly open and loving person, so was able to slowly find her place. She's now working as a supervisor for a highly respected educational organization that works with the disabled. As Bella, where are you, Bella? As she reminded us during her chapel talk about her grandfather, be kind. Make eye contact, but understand that some cultures find it uncomfortable. See the silver lining. That doesn't mean you ignore the dark cloud, but optimism helps the head to be clear more than does pessimism. Listen. Don't measure your success by other people's standards. When you say, I can't, that's true, you can't. When you say, I can, you just might be able to. You are all really talented. Please, wash your hands. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Take what you can eat and eat what you take. There is a lot of food waste in this world. The United States discards more food than any other country in the world. Nearly 40 million tons. That's 80 billion pounds every year. Question everything except your belief in yourself. Accept your belief in yourself. Anybody bored yet? Are we good? Awesome. Thank you. Follow your dreams. Excuse me, let me say it again. Follow your dreams. Participate. Do something. Anything. Challenge your teachers as they challenge you. Caleb, where are you? I'm thinking of you, Caleb. He challenged me every single day in class. It was awesome. This is a silly one. Put a fork on the left. Fork has 4 letters, left. Put a knife and spoon on the right. Knife and spoon have 5 letters, right? We're good. It actually probably doesn't matter that much, but it's nice for consistency. Words matter. They really do. We can hope we understand what people are saying and that they can understand us, but the words are the powerful tool we are using and can be misinterpreted. Ask open-ended questions. For example, how was your break? Really doesn't make much sense to me. Maybe ask, what was the best part of your break from school? I like to ask, what did you learn about yourself? For those of you who have asked that, it's not an easy question, right? If it's too heavy, don't pick it up. If it smells bad, it probably is. If you take a plate to the table, bus it. If you don't have an excuse, don't make one up. The two most important things that we own are your name and your integrity. Once you lose or change them, they are really hard to get back. If you're late, be honest. If you're going to be late, let someone know if you can. And I appreciate my students did that a lot in my class. Thank you. Wait, they said they were going to be late. Anyway, got it. If you think it's a bad idea, it is. Said in another way per Mr. Gartner, if it won't be worth it, don't do it. If you borrow it, return it. When someone helps you, say thank you. Dr. Barrett's again for you. Compost. You can compost just about anything you can eat and digest. You wouldn't eat a napkin, but you could. Gentlemen or ladies, no means no. It doesn't mean keep trying, you never know. It doesn't mean maybe. It's not code for not right now. It is definitely not yes. It means no. Ladies and gentlemen, use that word, no. Be as silly as often as you can be. I like to use my radio voice, and you can use that voice too for $29.95. Just call today. I know it feels weird when I'm doing that, right, Aiden? I got you, buddy. I love you. As JFK once urged a nation, do it because it's hard, not because it's easy. That's one reason we to participate. We are all flawed, and that is a wondrous thing. Tell people how you feel, but make sure you still refer to the axiom of being kind. I love you guys. Thank you. Sleep. We're not done yet. That happens to my class all the day. They seem to get up and go before I'm done. I'm not sure what's going on. Sleep 8 to 10 hours a night. Sleep 8 to 10 hours a night. Ultimately, you have a choice for everything you do. I know I said this before, but be nice to people. Be courageous. You're all seniors, so some of you haven't done chapel talks, but that's probably something that you can show courage for. It's okay to change your mind. It really is. You also have no obligation to explain why you changed it. You all have a story to tell. They were all fascinating. Tell your story. Thank you, Fabiana, for your many stories in class. Embrace the unexpected. You certainly did your freshman year, right? This is not an easy journey we take. Family is critically important for so many things. Understand, though, that family can start with blood relation, but it doesn't have to. Right, family? Let people into your life. Let them in. Emote. Give yourself permission to laugh, cry, scream, or whatever. Sorry about that. Complaining about food is a first world problem. 30% of the world faces some kind of food insecurity, and we complain that the chicken is a little dry. I get it, but have little patience for it. And finally, and I apologize, Mr. Quinn, if it's not your shit, don't touch it. It's not your bicycle, your scooter, your skateboard, your AirPods. Certainly, if they seem out of place, take them to somebody who can find their rightful owner. As a trusting community, which this is an amazing community for trust. It's easy to think that others will be fine if you borrow something without asking. It actually isn't. As when trust is lost, community suffers. Thank you, Petty, for 25 incredible years. Alla viva!
That's certainly a hard act to follow. Thank you, Jim. We are here to recognize the newly elected members of Petty's chapter of the Cum Laude Society, who were initiated at Prize Day ceremony earlier this week. So let the newly elected members of Cum Laude please stand. Thank you, and please remain standing for a moment. The Cum Laude Society has the objective of promoting learning and sound scholarship in secondary schools. It was founded in 1906 as the secondary school equivalent to Phi Beta Kappa, the college-level honor society. Petty's chapter was founded in 1921, and we were the 14th school to adopt election during the junior and senior years, sorry, just on the senior years, got to change that, on the basis of an honors record. I will now read the list of names. I ask the audience to please hold your applause until the list is done. Chi Wu An, James Baranco, Zoe Chow, Grace Edelstein, Storm Egosimba, Ula Fu, Karishma Gupta, Dana Hennings, Juliet Jimenez, Sean Kathuria, Jenna Kim, Lisa Kogawa, Jason Lee, Lauren Lee, Shoshana Leeds, Michael Lee, Ray Liu, Diana Murtaugh, Arnold Nager, Shrutika Patti, Jack Pometti, Ron Ruin, Evan Sassin, Bao Tuo, Luke Treese, Mark Von Kitwachunda, Mike Yan, and Matthew Yang. Congratulations to you. Thank you.
The Science Prize is presented to that graduating senior who, in the judgment of the Science Department faculty, combined to the greatest degree the following attributes: outstanding achievement in science courses, insight into ideas and concepts, excellent laboratory skills, and a genuine enthusiasm for the sciences. A mature and talented student, Shritika's scientific curiosity is remarkable. In her 4 years at Petty, Shritika has enrolled in 8 science courses, including 5 AP Sciences and STEM EXP. Still, Shritika's science scholarship is highlighted by her thoughtful engagement and intrinsic desire to further her understanding. Beyond the classroom, Shritika has fully immersed herself in science programming. Most notably, she has been a dedicated leader for the Medicine at Petty Club, helping to facilitate both guest speakers and workshops. For her wonderful work in science, this year's Science Prize goes to Shritika Patti.
The Hornberger Prize in Mathematics is awarded to that student who, in the judgment of the faculty of the Mathematics Department, has done the most outstanding work within the department over the course of their career at Petty. The winner is chosen for their true enjoyment of the subject, generosity of spirit, contributions to the classroom experience, leadership, and success as demonstrated both inside and outside the classroom. It is the highest prize awarded by the department. Petty is blessed with many enormously capable and enthusiastic students of mathematics, this year's Hornberger winner among them. What distinguishes this student is her long history of curiosity about and delight in mathematical discovery. Her passion for the subject led her to enroll in advanced enrichment courses every summer since her freshman year, and to cap her work off with a year-long independent project, all on top of enrollment in the most demanding courses in the department. In her classes, she regularly peppers her teacher with emails pointing out interesting connections and stays after class to explore them in wide-ranging conversations. Her questions in class deepen her classmates and sometimes her teachers' understanding. Indeed, this year she gave a presentation of her work in geometric probability to our multivariable calculus classes, a presentation that students still talk about. It's an honor to present this year's Hornberger Award to Yula Fu.
Good evening. I'm here tonight to present the Marabot Prize on behalf of the History Department. The Dr. William H. Marabot Prize in History is awarded to that senior whose work in the field of history has been of unusually high quality, as well as showing some degree of originality. Moreover, the student should have demonstrated clarity of thought and integrity of purpose, both qualities that characterize the late Dr. Marabot's distinguished teaching career here at Petty. This is our department's highest award. Considerate and unselfish, this year's winner is a scholar who wanted to devour as much history and politics as possible during her time at Petty, and so she did. Whether thinking critically about the history that shaped the policies of those who hold power, or responding with empathy for those who are affected by those policies, this student has been a consistent leader in our classrooms, approaching her work with a blend of enthusiasm, curiosity, and maturity. Continually applying knowledge learned over the years from one course to the next, her contributions and scholarship have touched our entire program. It is my great pleasure tonight to present this year's Marabot Prize in History to Grace Edelstein.
The Language Department Award is given each year to a student who has successfully completed higher levels in one or more languages taught at Petty. This year's recipient is a motivated and hardworking student with a great ability to apply what he has learned to both writing and speaking. His teachers praise his sense of humor, maturity, and curiosity, to the point that when he has a question, he has to stop and find the answer right then and there. He is also a well-rounded individual who has a vast knowledge of unrelated things. Do you want to know the Vice President of Colombia is? Sean probably knows. You want to know the currency of Vanuatu? Sean probably knows. For his terrific work in the Asian Studies program that focuses on Chinese philosophy and his accomplishment in Chinese and AP Studies Language and Culture this year, the Language Department is pleased to award this prize to Sean Katuria.
Good evening. Can everyone hear me? Yeah. The Fred Rager Class of 1944 Prize for Excellence in English is the department's highest prize and is awarded to that senior whose work has been especially marked by sophistication, clarity, and vigor. The recipient of this year's prize has distinguished themselves by the astonishing quality of their written work, their elevation of classroom discussion, and generosity towards others. A writer is someone who pays attention to the world, and the winner of this year's prize is someone whose tender and confident observations clarify and express what it means to be alive. Their writing is marked by a desire to understand and be understood. A brilliant wordsmith and artist, this student illuminates the classroom and campus in innumerable and unforgettable ways every day. It is a delight and honor to present this year's Fred Rager Class of 1944 Prize for Excellence in English to Chimzaram Egosimba.
The John J. Wynant Class of 1941 Cups are awarded to the boy and girl in either the junior or senior class who have qualified by earning at least 2 varsity letters during the school year and who, in the judgment of a committee of faculty, excel in scholarship and athletic ability. Our first recipient was an 8-season varsity athlete. One of our coaches commented, "She pushes herself until she physically cannot push herself anymore. She is coachable and motivates her teammates to improve every day." Next year, she'll be bringing her leadership and talents to George Washington University. I am honored to present the John Wynant Class of 1941 Cup to Emily Ye. Our second Wynant recipient has left his mark on the baseball field and on the cross-country course. A multiple All-Maple and All-State performer, an All-Maple academic team member, this 8-season varsity letterman will take his talents to the fall to Haverford College. I am honored to present the John J. Wynant Class of 1941 Cup to Luke Treese.
I will be presenting the Arts Department's highest award. This explorer progressed the furthest of any student in music foundations, even while he was attending class at 2:30 a.m. from Vietnam. He then excelled in architecture, then AP studio, and finished with thrilling efforts in both honors studio art and advanced architecture. Although best known for his masterful digital photography, he also conjures magic from everyday materials such as burlap, chicken wire, plaster, and plastic orange fencing. Perhaps most revealing is a glimpse inside his process journal, burgeoning with brainstorming notes, thumbnail sketches, and references to inspiring artists. Everywhere evident his unmatched work ethic and unparalleled curiosity.
Equal parts mad scientist and poet laureate. This year's Arts Department prize winner is Bao To.
I ask that you all who happen to have a program turn to the back cover where you will find the words to the alma mater. Please stand. Let us all pray that the divine continue to give reason for us to smile. And certainly through this evening and into tomorrow, may we all channel our individual and collective joy through the efforts and success of our blessings, these young people. Amen. Enjoy your evening.